Alright, so it's 2 a.m. I don't even know how many weeks I am late on this, but WWE and TNA are collaborating. Back to the channel, my name is King Jay.T, and I high-key meant to make a video on this before, but things get in the way. You know how life is. To be an official, WWE and TNA are officially in a cohesive partnership of some sort, something like that. Kind of crazy just to think about how this all came to be, and kind of like previously in the history when, I don't say they was neck and neck, but I'll say like with the build-up of, oh, WWE versus TNA, AJ Styles versus John Cena, you know, they used to have the Roblox games and all that. You couldn't tell somebody remotely from that period, even let's go back a few more years, back even to when AEW and TNA were collaborating, or even AEW and New Japan when they first started their thing. You couldn't tell anybody that TNA and WWE would have some sort of collaboration.
Do you have any views or opinions on the new NWA TNA, which Ed Ferraro, I believe, will be? Right?
I don't have any views on it because I haven't seen it yet. You know, I mean, again, I think it's unusual. It's a very unusual approach, very novel approach. But I don't know how you promote. That's when they have no promotional vehicle. Then I don't know how they promote. I mean, I have no idea whether or not they're selling tickets in Huntsville, I think it is, right, or they're not. And if they're not selling tickets in Huntsville, you know, so.
And there were die-hard, hardcore fans on both sides. One of the WWE fans tried to get Vince McMahon to buy TNA.
When are you gonna buy that three-letter company that's based in Nashville, Tennessee? Because they got the wrong people in charge of that company.
Right.
And please save the business from Dixie Carter. Stephanie's got more brains than Dixie Carter has, okay, when it comes to the business, okay? You're walking. Okay? I think if you buy it now, there's a shot at fixing that company up, because I know you will put the right people in charge of that company.
I don't know they're for sale.
They're not for sale now, but I'm sure if you offer them something, I don't know, it's a 50-50 shot. I mean, they know you're loaded with money.
Well, maybe. Sure.
But with all that being said, and pretty much a lot of that put to rest in, you know, debate in the past, TNA and technically NXT are doing business. Now, in terms of the partnership, I feel like it can be expanded upon. And by expanded, I mean, why not have AJ Styles return to TNA? You know, let's incorporate the main roster here. Even Dominic Mysterio mentioned that, hey, I would like to appear on there. And you can really give him the World Championship, honestly. Or since AJ Styles, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, made his appearance in WWE, wouldn't it make sense for, I don't want to say his counterpart, but you know, it's kind of like the yin-yang in terms of WWE and TNA representative, for John Cena to appear on TNA? I mean, why not? It's the last year, why not? Even have some type of premium live event pay-per-view collaboration with WWE and TNA. I know Jordan Grace mentioned something about that previously. I think it was on CVV's podcast, where it was like she wanted to see something like Worlds Collide, if you will. Or even, let's take it a little step further, have it where it's a winner takes all at said pay-per-view. A stadium event, dual world championships on the line for, let's say, the women's and the men's. I probably wouldn't say the tag team, but the women's and the men's, just for the sake of doing shit. So there's a lot of excitement, and it's just crazy to be in this timeline where it was just like, not even too long ago, wrestling companies were just kind of like, it's like the territorial days, you know, they're just kind of like to themselves, wasn't really collaborating, and it's crazy how all that changed. So we're gonna stay tuned. Hopefully they expand past the NXT, because I feel like NXT is really just like, there's but so much you could do with that, you know, or at least have TNA be able to relegate their top stars, be it like Moose or anybody within that realm, to, or Josh Alexander, even though he's about, I think he actually not, he did, but like their main event stars, at least let them feud a little bit more on the main roster side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm tired, I'm doing a whole bunch of gestures, and so I'm gonna edit this video. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I think that's all I got to say. Peace. Baby girl awesome, it ain't capping the slightest. She take out to just be like a Midas. When we walk in the room, we the brightest. Different topics, but I'm steady vibing. In the mud, but I better stay striving. With the family, I'll always be thriving. Creepy steps, but I cannot quit climbing. Know your circle before we start tight.